For most people, it is easy to have good, strong relationships with their friends and family. But for some people, easy might not be a word they use to describe it. For Addie Matheson, a sophomore at High Point University, having strong relationships with people isn't something easily done. But with her bright smile and charming personality, it really makes you wonder why.
I grew up in a small town in Massachusetts. It's called Newburyport. It's right on the beach. I've lived there my whole life. My family still lives there. And I had like a good childhood, and then my parents got divorced. So it was just like, I don't remember much of a childhood with them together. So I took it really hard. I was really upset for a long time. Three years ago, I went on a trip to Africa with my mom and my stepsister to volunteer at an orphanage and teach kind of like an after-school program for them. And my dad really wasn't okay with me going, just because I don't even know why. He just wasn't really okay with it, and I ended up going anyway. And he got really mad and like threatened to like call the police like on my mom and like all this stuff. But like after I emailed him, like when I got to Africa, I emailed him when I got back, I called him, I invited him to my graduation party, and he just didn't respond. He called me back one day and left me like the meanest voicemail I think I've ever gotten from anyone. And that's when I kind of just gave up. I just like moved on, and I don't know, I gave up.
As for any young teenager, losing contact with a parent is extremely hard, but there was just something else that made Addie's situation even harder for her to bear.
I was adopted when I was 5 days old. Knowing that I was adopted and that I was like kind of like a mistake, and that like my birth parents like didn't really like want me or like couldn't have me, and then the fact that my dad kind of just like dropped me, I guess you could say, I don't know, just cut off all communication. I feel like it hurt almost more. I've already been like rejected by the people who gave me life, and then this person that was like picked to be like my parent for the better just kind of like gave up and dropped me. I don't know, so I think it did make it worse. It's really rattled my trust in people. Like if your own dad can just like drop everything and like forget about you and like not care. Like he wasn't even at like my high school graduation. Like I never even told him where I was going to college. Like he just has no idea. So like when your own father can just like kind of drop you like that, like why should you trust anyone else with anything?
Large, important events that happen socially for us could change the trajectory of our attachment. So if we were always secure, we tend to pick relationships, we tend to pick situations, we tend to behave in a fashion that keeps us being relatively secure. But should something like a parent, which we had that secure attachment with, change so unexpectedly in a way that we can't make sense of, it might very well change the way we trust.
I was really scared coming here because I didn't know many people. I mean, I knew a few, but I've made some really great friends, especially my freshman roommates I was really good friends with, and then my spring semester of my freshman year, I rushed and joined a sorority and made like so many amazing friends that like I never thought I would have.
I first met Addie when we were suite mates last year. We like the same things, so I think our relationship strengthened because we just like had many things in common. I knew about Addie's relationship with her dad since the beginning. I don't know how it first came up, but we have like similar situations, so it like came up one day and she told me her story and I told her mine, and we can kind of relate to each other.
I've learned to trust people more, meeting like all the girls in my sorority. They've taught me to like have more faith in people, and now I have like so many people that actually do have my back, and like I wouldn't say I trust them like all like 100%, but like I'm getting there.